All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Danial, and I'm really happy and thrilled at the same time to be speaking here at Mobidictum, talking to you all and hoping that I'll be able to share some good insights that I've learned from my own experience being at Yodo1 Games and partnering with many developers and everything that we've learned as a company and at the company working in the industry for over 10 years now. The topic that we'll be talking about today is creating a balanced in-game economy. Very important topic. And in a nutshell, what we will be talking about is the types of in-game monetization, the importance of rightly placed ad injection points, and lastly, how can Yodo1 help you with actually optimizing all of that? So today's agenda and the content of this presentation would include a brief overview of Yodo1 Games. Some of you might already know about us, some of you would know about us now, and some of you might have already partnered with us. Secondly, we'll be talking about game economy in free-to-play games. Third, game economy per genre, tricks and tweaks based upon our experience. And lastly, how can Yodo1 help you nail it? But before we start, you all must be thinking, who am I? No introduction. Who am I? What do I do? Oh, well, that's not me. That's my cute little super baby, and I'm a super daddy to this baby, Orhan. Well, that's me, yes. On the top left, you can see in the picture, usually I'm not that serious. The picture is actually from one of my pictures from the wedding 2 years ago. I'm actually more of like the picture that's in the bottom, holding a guitar, having a mic in front of me, enjoying the music, as playing and listening to music has been my hobby since my childhood. I am based out here in Islamabad, Pakistan, and I am an international business development manager here at Yodo1 Games. Definitely a games fan, starting from PC to console, and now, in addition, having shifted to mobile games. I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty Mobile, very addictive game. You all must be aware of it and played it. Must have played it as well. And secondly, Rodeo Stampede, one of the games that Yodo1 Games has been working with for almost over 5 years now. Very addictive game, and I must tell you that I got more addicted to it after joining Yodo1 Games as well. Now, enough about me, talking about Yodo1 Games and a quick intro about Yodo1 Games. Yodo1 Games actually started off back in 2011, and as a matter of fact, this year would be our 10th year anniversary as well. Founded by James and Henry, one of them being an American and other from half Hong Kong and half Australian. And what Yodo1 has been doing, we've been working with lots of big titles. You must have heard about Rodeo Stampede, Crossy Roads, Hangline, and Transformer Earth Wars, and more. Some of them still working with us, some of them used to work with us. And we've been focusing actually on building platform products to help thousands and thousands of game developers around the world, including Yodo1 Publishing, seen some great success, KD Play, building in-game community, which is brand in games, partnering with top IP licenses, including Hasbro, and having those brands like Transformers in different games and partnering with them as well. And last but not the least, Mass Managed Ad Services, our superstar platform ads monetization solution that we'll be talking about later in this presentation as well. Fun fact about Yodo1 Games, we are fully remote since mid 2020, and we are one of the first companies who adopted the work from anywhere culture. And we are spread across 37 countries at the moment. We have our workforce around in 37 countries and growing. Enough about the intro. I'd like to move towards the topic that we'd be discussing, game economy in free-to-play games. Why should you care about game economy? I'm sure a lot of the developers would be having this question, that why should we care about that? Well, game economy, or having a balanced game economy, is super important while developing a game. I'll mention two things, two very major points. Firstly, you don't want to leave money on the table. By not having an optimized or a good game economy, you're definitely leaving money on the table. Secondly, a bad game economy can affect your game players' experience, ultimately resulting in lower and much lower retentions. And I am pretty sure none of the game developers or studios would ever want a lower retention on their game. Nailing free to play game is a key if you want to succeed, and if you want your game to be in the top charts. Even if you think that your game is much more suitable for the premium model, probably I think your game would make much more money as a free to play game. You actually have to define your game economy in a way that it provides a balance, it provides a value to the game player as well, and a continuous revenue stream for the developer as well. You just do not want to overshadow one thing over the other, just focusing on the revenue and destroying the gameplay or the retention, or just focusing on the gameplay. You need to maintain a balance there. So let's take one step back. What are the options you have when thinking about the game economy of your new title? Definitely in app purchases, where you get the players to use real currency, hard currency, to actually buy your in game currency or in game avatars or skin to better enjoy the game or have much more features in the game. You get the player to spend some real money there. Secondly, of course, in-app ads. You can see the three ad types that I have shared the screenshots of here. Rewarded videos, where the player clicks on the reward consensually, watching a complete ad in order to get some reward at the end, be it coins or anything. Secondly, interstitials that pop up in front of your screen when you die within the game, or you pause or unpause, or skipping to the next level, anything based upon your ad injection points. And thirdly, banners. You can find them at the top, bottom, right, left of your screen. They're always there. Can be misleading at times, getting you to click on the ads. But yeah, based upon our experience, uh, that we've spoken with people here and on the things that we studied and read, Turkish market, since we're focusing on it, and Mobidictum is a Turkish-based event as well. So preferred ad type for Turkish market we've seen has been interstitial, although rewarded videos are getting much more and more popular here as well, and across elsewhere as well. But so far, what we've learned, it's interstitial preferred ad type. I mean, I've been in a situation as well where players, including myself, I'm a game player as well, have become less tolerant to the ads. That's why having them in the right place and choosing the right formats is increasingly important. And that I'll be talking more about it towards the end of the presentation, that how can we help you there as well. Now, while most of you, being the developers, are developing or designing the games or the game economy, I'm sure these three questions would definitely come in your mind. How many ads versus in-app purchases should I have in my game? How can I avoid cannibalism between in-app ads and in-app purchases so neither one of them overshadows or overeats the other one? Thirdly, how do I balance players' experience and revenue? The most important, I mean, all three of them are very important, but this one, like, how do I balance the player experience and have a continuous revenue stream as well? Well, we're going to split it by game genres today, focusing majorly on hyper casual and casual games. You can see the screenshots and the pictures that I've attached of all of our partners that have worked with us in the past or are still working with us and have seen some great success. Hyper casual. So in the hyper casual game, the players have a higher tolerance to the ad impacts. They're kind of used to watching the ads in a single session more than any other genres. So it's not going to come up as a surprise. They're expecting the ads, and people understand that having ads in this game, this type of game, is a norm, and they will rarely get to spend some money on in-app purchases. So your ad strategy is the key, and you need to make sure that it's spot on. Our tips for hyper casual game developers: do a lot of A/B testing. Tweak your ad placements continuously until you hit the right balance. Due to the short amount of sessions of such games, you'd be able to see the results much more faster in order to tweak your next test as well until you hit the right spot. Second, use of interstitials and rewarded videos. Like, unlike other game genres, hyper casual is good for using this ad type because players are actually expecting ads, and it's not going to come off as a surprise to them. And if you have rewarded videos as well, where they'll be getting reward in return, definitely they are expecting such ads. I mean, you could use banners as well, but based upon our experience, we usually have seen that banners have low revenue, are at times misleading, and most of the time they don't pay off, taking the players off of the screen, which definitely at times is very irritating. I'm sure all of us must have been in this place. Secondly, casual games. Now, casual games is something where you are doing a repetitive action or a thing where not much of a skill is kind of required. You're kind of doing the same thing, making endless runner or something like that. Whereas if you talk about midcore, it's a little different. Midcore is kind of having needs some skill and some talent to actually play that game, and it's a little more engaging when it comes to midcore. So Turkey, if we talk about Turkish market, they are pretty strong in casual games. Now, players, as I mentioned, are also tolerant to ads, but much more inclined towards rewarded videos and interstitial or banners. Why? Because ultimately they're getting something in return as a reward of watching that ad. Our tips for casual games is to focus on boosters to kind of reduce the difficulty. I'll share some examples in the next slide. By what that I mean, continues to avoid losses, having extra life energy to continue playing and beating their own or their friend's high score, which is very addictive. I've been there myself. Beating your own high score, even you get to spend some more, even if you have to spend some money on getting those diamonds or those keys or stuff like that, that could help you when you die. You can just continue from there. It's very addictive. So here, as I mentioned, you can see some screenshots of that, some boosters, continues, extra life. Now, I'll be talking about three things that work across all genres, as we've seen, based as our experiences as well. Firstly, A/B testing. It's very important, be it your ad types, be it ad frequency, percentage of in-app purchases and in-app ads, be it in-app prices, because as you're scaling up, the requirements vary as well. The player's behavior vary as well. So you should make sure that the hypothesis that you're testing, it should vary as well to stay up to date, right? Try different types of try different types of ad frequencies in the game, the percentage of in-app ads. I mean, A/B testing is a lot until you hit the right spot and you're just there and you get your optimized results. And as a matter of fact, those optimized results that might be same for you today might not be same 2 months, 3 months down the line. So continuous A/B testing is the key to the success. Secondly, drive engagement with rewarded videos, because rewarded videos, as I mentioned, has recently been the most preferred ad format for maximized revenue and best players experience, because ultimately it's a consensual ad. The game player is clicking on it by their consent in order to get something in return. So, excuse me, our advice is to understand your players and kind of what they want at that stage, at that point of game they are in, and kind of give them that as a reward of watching a video. Like maybe watch a video and get XYZ amount of coins, watch a video and skip a level, watch a video and get a hint to solve this puzzle, anything. So we're not referring it here as not to use interstitials or banners at all and just use rewarded videos, but use banners and interstitials as well. But make sure that you leverage and you drive engagement with rewarded videos as well. And this is not to be neglected. Thirdly, and I'd say it's very important as well, plan your monetization while designing the game. It's very important to have a game monetization architecture there while you're designing the game. I mean, if you haven't done it and your game is live already, you don't need to worry about it. You can still do that. It's never too late. But by doing so, you're less to worry about cannibalization if you've designed ads into the game flow. So your monetization injections will be better integrated with the gameplay, and the player's experience would improve as well. Coming towards how can Yodo1 help you with all of that? Now, based upon our experience of a decade and working with giving a lot of hit games in the industry, and based upon the experience of the expertise that we have so far, there are two things we can help with that make the perfect monetization strategy. Two very important things. First, choose a strong ad network solution. Very important to make sure that you have a strong and strengthened ads monetization solution in place, so that when the traffic comes in, be it from campaigns or organic or anything, it's monetized profitably. so you do not lose out on anything. And second, have the right ad placements, have the right ad injection points, which is very important, so that the gameplay is not even destroyed, their experience is not destroyed. At the same time, you are running a continuous revenue stream. First, explaining the first part, how can Yodo1 help you here? Choose a strong ad network solution. Rockstar ad monetization platform and solution that we have, Mass, doing really great. Thousands and thousands of games and studios have been using Mass and are successfully happy with it. Managed ad services is actually Yodo1's in-house built monetization solution, giving you kind of the maximum coverage of top 10 to 15 best performing ad networks. And from the back end, the only platform that has the ability to switch between mediations as well. Our team of monetization experts will be working very closely with you to make sure that your games are successful with Mass and are optimized to the maximum possible level. Why Mass? I'm sure you all must be thinking, why Mass? We have other solutions as well out there. First, great solution for small, medium, and big games, including all top performing ad networks. We are partners with all of them, all the top performing. We are using waterfall and open bidding from the back end a lot, and a programmatic mediation kind of a solution. Secondly, our monetization team, the monetization experts that we have in the back end, plus our artificial intelligence system, takes care continuously of the ongoing optimization of networks. Like if I say that Mass is the only ads monetization solution that simplifies the monetization for you and does all the work for you, by that I mean all you have to do is just follow our documentation and integrate our SDK into the game, and let us take care of the rest, be it the network configurations, account IDs, technical strategizing, the optimization of networks. Everything we take care of it from the back end, so you guys can focus on what you guys do the best. That's developing games, and let us take care of the rest. It's like a team of experts working with you, which you've not even hired. So isn't it a win-win situation there? So thirdly, you get paid faster than with any other solutions out there. 10 days after the end of the month. By that, I mean you get paid on the 10th of every month for the previous month's revenue. Like for the month of August revenue, you get paid on the 10th of September. So no more delays. Very important for small, medium, indie-sized developers as well, that you get paid every month on the 10th. Second, as we discussed, have the right ad placements. Very, very important. You can see a picture of one of the covers of ad design recommendation report, which we call as an ADR report. It's actually a free tailor-made report for your games that you get on board with us on Mass, including specific ad placement recommendation. As I mentioned, it's very important to have right ad injection points. So our team of it's ADR report, our AI powered and human powered team actually makes a customized report for you, which is a limited time offer for now, made for your games. If you come on board with us within before the next Friday, you will be getting free tailor-made ad design recommendation report for all of your games that you bring on board with us, giving you recommendations for the most optimal ad injection points, which ads to use where, so that the game player's experience is not destroyed as well. At the same time, you have a continuous revenue stream running as well. Here are a few games that you must have seen. Some of these you might not have seen: Transformers, Rodeo Stampede, Cut the Rope, Game Dev Tycoon, that we've worked with, among thousands and thousands of more games, and have been very successful with them. So if you're ready to optimize your games economy, let's work together. You can find us in the Yodo1 booth over here in Mobidictum Pine Portal. We have a Turkish speaker here as well for all our Turkish speaker studios. Or if you're too busy with your schedule here, feel free to reach me out on my email I've mentioned down there, my Skype ID, LinkedIn. Feel free to ping me, and I'll be happy to connect. Thank you so much, and I'll leave the stage for the question and answers. I can see some questions here. How is Mass different from an ad mediator? So I'd like to mention that if we talk about other mediators, firstly, we do not have our own ad network, and we are not biased at all to give certain ad networks a privilege to serve ads. What we care about most is whichever ad network is offering the highest eCPM rate from the backend that is chosen to show your ad, ultimately resulting in higher ad revenues. And I'm pretty sure, based upon my experience as well, Mass is the only ads platform that is doing all of the work for you so that you can focus on developing the games while we take care of all the optimizations, network configurations, strategizing with a continuous support and a customer success team continuously there to assist you and take it from there. Along with a few value-added services, as I mentioned, free time, limited time offer that I mentioned regarding the ADR report, and other few basic based upon the experience. We can share some ASO recommendations by our customer success managers. Not something that we share on a full-fledged level, but based upon our experience, we can share some tricks and tweaks there with you in order to make sure that your game's very successful. I hope that answers the question. I can see another question. Why don't hyper-casual games contain remove ads in-app purchases? I mean, I'm not sure. You can, in the games, there can be an option where you can add such so that using your in-app purchase, using the hard currency, they can maybe remove ads. Depends upon game to game and developers to developer. What about mass SD crashes? Have you resolved it? Okay. Yes. Answering your question, there was, as I'm sure you must have used Mass previously. That's why you're saying Mass has been much more stable and much more improved now. Yes, there are here and there things that happen, but our team has been continuously working on stabilizing the SDK, and the SDK is way much more stable when it comes to the ANR and crashes now. I think that's all for now. Thank you so much for joining the event. Please do visit us on our Yodo1 booth, and we'll be happy to connect with you and take it from there. Or you can reach me out on the details that I mentioned. Enjoy the rest of the event and happy networking. Thank you.